Hey there, Starlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm so glad that you're here. For those of you who are returning, thanks for coming back to watch another one of my videos. So this is going to be the Divine Masculine reading for the month of July. Even though I'm recording this on July 17th, the new moon in Cancer, with the North Node moving into Aries and the South Node moving into Libra. They still just want me to say for the month of July, because July is not technically over yet. Now, even if it's not July when you watch this, it doesn't matter, because it could be applicable to you at this time, whether it's July 17th of another year or not. All right, so we're going to look into what the aura of the masculine collective that I'm channeling for is and what insight and wisdom we can gain from that. We're then going to see what is working for the masculines, what is not working for the masculines for this month. And after that, we're going to look into what guidance the Archangels and Holy Spirit and the Ascended Masters have for us for the Divine Masculine Collective. Some messages from them, what self-care tips can best benefit them this month, and they wanted me to pull a little extra to see how the masculine collective is feeling for their feminines. And remember, you have to be honest with yourself and your situation. This may not pertain to your situation at this time, and that is okay. It's just that I'm not picking up on your energies at this time. Or there's something that's still off with regards to alignment. So let's see. Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to us for highest good. What is the current aura that the Divine Masculine Collective is emitting for the month of July 2023? Please and thank you. I'm hearing love, like a pinkish color, which is nice. Holy Spirit. Well, I like this. Energy. You've got to be kidding me. This is like that picture of the atom. This could be somebody's icon. So we have energy here. So you have to bear with me because it's storming outside. I had to put extra light in here, but anyway, I can't really make out that color. I want to say it's like a reddish orangey color. It could even be like a much darker pink. Okay, but because this is more energy, I'm thinking probably solar plexus chakra, which is yellow, but also tying into the sacral chakra. But the energy that is being emitted is this color of, I'm seeing burnt orange is what I'm hearing, okay? So it looks like things are starting to come into equilibrium, in order, right? The particles are aligning. It's like you have the neutrons and the protons and the electrons, right? It's crazy shit. I haven't thought about this in years. But you see how orderly this atom is, right? It's structured, it's balanced. It almost looks like the flower of life that an Archangel Metatron holds, right? There's something here where they're gaining a lot of this energy. They have, I'm seeing Emperor with this, where the energy is gaining momentum. And with this aura that they are emitting, it's kind of like they're getting ready to do something. They are feeling a lot more energetic. I'm hearing less lethargic these days. Because Aries today is moving into the North Node. Aries is that sign of drive, ambition, like I'm going to attack this, I'm going to do this, let's go. It's gung-ho energy, right? Let me get this done now. It's like they have the energy to do this. They also have the energy to pursue what it is that they want, to achieve higher goals and really take bigger risks, is what I'm being told. There's also something here, I'm getting Einstein energy with this, as it says energy, something about genius energy, something here with regards to creativity and thinking about, new ways of doing things, expansion of opportunities, expansion of ideas. There's a lot going on with this masculine collective, and I feel it. I feel all these things bouncing inside myself. Like, you have this particles, like a centrifuge or something. All these things are just bouncing off the walls. I'm getting like maybe the masculine collective is bouncing off the walls because they have this newfound sense of hope and faith and energy. It's a different type of energy than they've ever been, and they like it here, is what I'm being told. They're telling me right now, like, Jess, this is really awesome, what we're feeling right now. And remember, I'm channeling for a particular masculine collective here. So if you are feeling very energetic and high, just like vibe, you're feeling a lot of this ambition right now yourself, then your masculine is feeling the same. Because remember, you both mirror each other. And when one is feeling low, the other's feeling low, or like you will pick up on their energies, and this is for you to kind of get back into a heightened energy. This could also be for your inner masculine, remember that. So this could be your masculine side is emitting this type of balance and energy, or some of you need to have a balance in this, right? Look how perfect this design looks in this card. It's very harmonious, all right? So some of you may need to try to recalibrate, get to a more harmonious state. So there's a lot that is being emitted from the masculine collective, and I'm getting it is very high vibrational here. But also that the energy is gaining momentum. And the bottom of the deck, see, they're tapped into their crown chakra, their higher selves here with the creativity card. All right, at the bottom of the deck. See what I'm saying? Einstein and Thomas Edison and light bulbs going off and shit. This is what's going on right now. It's like if you're going to Vegas and you're looking at the Bellagio fountains. If anyone has seen this, if you haven't, you need to go watch that stuff. I'm seeing the Bellagio fountains, which is crazy. Maybe somebody's in Vegas right now, or somebody lives in Vegas. So those fountains being shot off, but that light, right? And it's synchronized to music. There's harmony and synchronization here with this card of what they are emitting. Okay, I'm getting a lot of these masculines that I'm channeling for. They're very synchronized. It's harmonious. It is balanced here. But these light bulbs are going off, and these fountains are shooting off here. That could be coming from there's also a heightened sexual energy here too, that I'm getting, that I'm saying this. But there's all of these lights emitting from them. It's all of these ideas, and the light bulbs are going off. But it's not just one light bulb, guys. It's a myriad of light bulbs. Again, if you go look at the Bellagio fountains, this is exactly what I'm seeing. Everything's starting to light up. Everything's starting to take off. It's starting to illuminate. There's a huge amount of illumination here. Some of them are really getting into this high energy of doing more creative projects. They're tapping into their feminine energy, their feminine side, to create all of these things. They're starting to realize they are a creator, and there's nothing wrong with, especially being male, and tapping into those creative juices is what I'm getting. So I really, really like this energy. There's a lot of light being emitted here, but it is light that is shooting out of the darkness here. It is, when you've been in the dark for a long period of time, and then you come into the bright light, or like you wake up and you, okay, so let's say you're in Vegas, right? You have those, what are they called? Those curtains, blackout curtains, thank you. It's like coming out of a blackout. It's, when you open those, I've done this before because I used to travel. I used to do a lot of solo trips to Vegas during my awakening phase, and during the times being a single mom when I didn't have my son. I would take myself out there I just love that city for whatever reason. And I would get a lot of epiphanies. It was helping me step out of my comfort zone too, because Vegas is full of people, and for me, I was always afraid of people. But anyway, in that, and if you've been to Vegas, those blackout curtains, right? And then if you wake up and you decide, oh, I'm gonna let the light in, let the sun shine in, and next thing you know, that if you're wherever your window is facing, that light hits you in the face, and you're like, oh shit, it's blinding, right? This is what I am seeing. So it's kind of like this light that's being emitted from them. And if you look at the rays coming from this light bulb here, it's like they're having epiphanies. They're having a lot of insight and awareness into things. And it's, again, with the rays coming out of this light bulb, they look harmonious, right? The lines are evenly spaced out. So it seems like they really have recalibrated quite a bit. There's this sense of balance and equilibrium that is being emitted from this masculine collective. So it's really, really, really high energy. This could also be probably, because it's like red-orange, It's like a darker type of red where it's not alarming. It's not, remember, because we saw the energy in the aura reading for the masculine and the feminine that we saw for July, I believe it was. There was that bright red of anger, right? The bright flashing red that makes us stop in our tracks, and it's like, it's danger. It's like, it gets us out of equilibrium. So there's a huge shift in that here. They're channeling their energy wisely, their masculine energy wisely, meaning it's not distorted masculine energy. They're tapping more into that divine masculine energy, which is why, because they're tapping into their feminine energy, it's balancing out their distorted masculine energy to create this more harmonious type of emission of vibration here. So I'm hearing something about Tesla, Thomas Edison again, Benjamin Franklin. It's kind of like, again, like this lightning bolt type of stuff where it's energizing them. It is really getting them revved up. It's like revving up an engine, like, I'm getting ready to go. I'm hearing right now, there are a couple of masculines, and some of you who are watching this who are predominantly masculine, you are creative geniuses. You are that intelligent, like Elon Musk, Tesla, Einstein, Thomas Edison, like you name it, a whole bunch of these, even like a Steve Jobs type of thing. There's this sense of pure genius for some of you. I'm getting very strong Pisces energy combined with like Gemini. Something about like Gemini rising or Gemini North Node combined with some positive aspects of Pisces, or more Pisces sun, but Pisces could be moon or something like that. It's just interesting because I don't normally throw zodiac signs like that, but they're more energy here. Somebody here has been born with some creative genius, and you've had this since childhood. It could even be you. If you're a feminine watching this and you have like the strong masculine energy within you, you could very well have like a sense of geniusness to you too. So don't think it's just pertaining to your counterpart, your masculine here. Because some of you who are predominantly feminine, you have this very balanced masculine energy, and it's actually activating more genius type of light or light bulbs in your psyche, your brain, in your soul here, because of this Aries shift, into this shift of the North Node into Aries is what I'm hearing. There's something about a midhaven in Aries for somebody here that is activating this on top of everything that's already transpired with the astrological transits, like Mars being in Virgo right now, Venus is about to go retrograde in Leo. You could have strong Leo in your chart too. Leo energy is also a lot of energy, right? It's like, yeah, let's just go and do this type of thing, because it's the sister sign or brother sign, however you want to look at it, to Aries, right? So there is a lot of beautiful genius energy, but a harmonious energy coming out of this masculine collective. And it's really, really, really what's the word I want to use? It's like ineffable. I can't find a word for this. I'm hearing all systems go, because they're now realizing that they can tap into their creative genius and take action on it to actually make these things tangible, or put them into the physical, or do something with this, right? So they want me to read the book here with what else the energy card is telling us. So it's going to help me to determine. Now, even though this color will say what it is in this book, I'm channeling my own intuitive prompting as to what I am getting from this card here. But it seems like there's more like a balance of this root chakra, sacral chakra energy, which is merging the red and the orange to create that burnt orange, that red-orange color. Having a sense of security and safety in that with regards to their creativity. And I'm also getting that the higher realms are actually energizing their pineal gland. They're actually energizing or activating and advancing their crown chakra, okay, with this type of stuff, and their third eye. But I'm getting more crown chakra because they're connecting more with their higher selves to bring about, to activate this creative genius in them. So let's see. Yeah, it's an orange card. All right. There's a sense of excitement here too. Um, and see, there's something about them doing something creative too, taking action on utilizing their creative ideas to do something. It could be communication with the feminine, planning something for the feminine, you name it. Um, so what this deck says here, this book says, orange is full of energy, which can be invigorating, but also overstimulating. How are these energies emerging in your life right now? Are you feeling excited? Or is the energy feeling a little too intense? If it's too intense, take a moment to release that energy with a sense of play. And if you watch my weekly reading, it's playtime. All right? Now is the time to take a moment and celebrate all the joy that is apparent within your life in all the forms that it takes. So the energy card in this deck, it is an orange card, so it is sacral chakra here. When this card appears, and sacral chakra does tie into creativity, but actually getting those creative, inspiring ideas from God, from your higher self, and actually doing something with it, getting excited about this. When this card appears, it asks you to pay attention to the energy that you've either recently cultivated or would like to cultivate. Tap into the momentum of something that you've been working on. Get excited about a new project or even a seemingly mundane task like cleaning your home. Now is the time to pursue whatever has been calling you. It's all systems go. I'm hearing a call of the wild. It's like it's time to go. It's time to activate this. It's time to go all Aries on this. And for some of us, it's difficult to tap into that Aries side of us. All right. There's something about if you have Chiron and Aries, you've had a really hard time with trying to believe in yourself and really take action on things when you get that sense, heightened sense of energy, that excitement, like, you know what, I'm excited about this, let me do it. There's a sense of like this wounded warrior energy where I don't know, like, should I really do that? Is that idea really, a smart thing to do? Like, can I actually execute this? Do I have the confidence and courage to take that risk and just jump on it, type of thing? So, and again, for those of you who are feminine, it's like there's a creative project that you want to get going on, or something that you're excited about. It's like, I want to start doing this, I want to start doing that. But again, when it talks about the mundane tasks, you're like, I know I need to do this and I kind of don't want to do it, but let me get revved up. Let me do something to get excited about it. It's like cleaning the house, right? We all know that it's a thing we got to do. And I actually did something with moving my stuff around because I have my sister coming in and I'm trying to get ready for my son to come back. And it's kind of like getting that energy to do it, but also like listening to music always gets me revved up. And when I'm doing my chores, where I'm getting ready for the day, I'm doing my breakfast or whatever it is, I'm listening to something to pump me up, right? To energize myself. On top of doing creative projects or doing something for my business or even doing something for YouTube, right? Because there's been a tendency for me to kind of be up and down lately with like, okay, I want to do this reading and I want to do this for the collective or for my members or something. And then I sit there like, I don't know if I want to do this right now. And then all of a sudden the energy escapes me, right? But then I got to think about what gets me excited. It's like Ace of Wands. What gets me revved up? What lights my light bulb? Right? What turns me on? Do what turns you on. It's like something like that, all right? You have the energy to do what turns you on, but again, you have to think about what turns me on and what am I going to do with that energy. And again, there's the sexual energy that's coming from this. There is also sexual stimulation here along with the stimulation of creativity. Like, oh my gosh, I have this idea, light bulb going off, I feel excited about it, let me do it. And here's the thing, when you get excited about something, especially when you're doing something new, stay the course. Because if God gave you that idea and he filled you up with that energy, that light, that means he wants you to do it. And even if something doesn't happen right away, even if something you don't see results right away, especially if you've been doing something creative, you've been doing something that just revs you up and you haven't been seeing anything in the physical, do not give up on that. Because if you feel that excited about it, you wake up in the morning like, I want to do this, and I want to do that, I can't wait to see what God has for me, I can't wait to see what comes out in my readings. That's kind of like something that I do these days. I was talking about, I'm curious to know what the masculine reading is going to look like for the month of July, right? I went back to recheck the feminine reading to see if there were any commonalities here. So, but there's also like, because for me, if you've watched me, my readings are long, and they're long for a reason. That is part of my purpose. I am not a short reader. I am short in height, but not in spirit, but in ability. But good things come in small packages, right? But I'm very thorough, but I channel what needs to be said. And if my guides have a lot of information, like I said, the Bellagio fountains going off one after the other, and they want me to disseminate that information, that light, that truth, then I'm going to take as long as it takes for it to come out. I'm always obedient with that. So, because again, if I'm tapping into my creative genius, my genius mind, I'm able to tap into all of that wealth of information and all of those portals to be able to disseminate what needs to come across for your well-being, for your evolution of the soul. All right. So, faster isn't always better, and trying to do things short span of time does not work for me, because I am not actually doing my job as a light worker, as a teacher, as a motivator, and inspirator. Is that a word? You know what I mean. I'm not getting everything across that my guides want to get across, to give you guys the bigger picture of things. So let's see what's working for the masculine collective at this time. I'm hearing let's get it on now. It's so funny. Inspiration, taking inspired action. And there's the magician right there, ladies and gentlemen. Gemini energy. What did I say about some Gemini energy? Gemini rising, Gemini North Node is what I'm getting. And don't get bent out of shape if those aren't your, you don't have that in your chart. Don't do that. Holy shit. The energy rays of the sun. That's them right there. The magician in the sun, guys. Justice. We have Leo, Gemini, and I said Leo energy in Libra here. Somebody's got Pluto in Libra and the Two of Swords. The sun's trumping this Two of Swords. Now, Trump is a Gemini. I don't know why that came out. There's something happening with Trump in Leo season? Or when Aries goes into the North Node? I don't know. That came out my ass. Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Right? What's working for them? Remember. Okay? So see what I was talking about, this heightened sense of energy and just feeling really good about things, excited about things? They're getting out of this Three of Swords with the overall energy. It's like separation is not working for me anymore. That's why I said some of them are getting ready to end separation is what I'm hearing. But that's not for all of them. This is more so overcoming the pain and suffering, overcoming heartache, overcoming disappointments, right? Getting over the fact that I'm not going to be worried about getting disappointed if I tap into my creative genius, if I do this, and that, if I take inspired action and just go through with it. If I'm getting excited about it, I'm going to do it. And yeah, there does come some disappointment on the way. I've been through this plenty of times, especially since I left my career and I started doing this stuff. There's been a lot of disappointment. And every time, like, I get excited about something and I know it's like, this is going to work. This is going to be it. It's like the freaking Thomas Edison thing. Nope, failed. Nope, didn't work. Didn't work. Oh, I thought it was. This is going to be it. Nope. This is going to be it. Nope. This is going to be it, right? The light bulb on, off, on, off, on, off switch. But if these things, even with disappointment, it still gets you excited and you love doing it and you feel this sense of euphoria and you get brighter, your energy emits even higher, it's at a higher vibration every time you do this thing, whatever this creative thing is, can even be creative expression, disseminating information, right? Because Gemini energy is a very stimulating energy. I was talking about stimulation, right? Not just sexual stimulation, because Leo was there too, because that is also about sex, but it's also about, and like romance and things, but it's also about creative stimulation. Somebody gets excited here about both. Right? Sex is exciting. Adventures are exciting. New ideas, thought processes, new friendships, new whatever. Right? Gemini and Leo are both the earlier signs of the zodiac. They're both youthful energies. So some of you could have this very strong in your chart, which allows you to see things through the eyes of a child, in a sense, that childlike energy, right? Playtime, you know how to play hard and work hard. But because of that, with that balance, it boosts your energies, and then it opens up those portals, those gateways to new information, to new ideas. And when you get those new ideas and you start them, it's God activating different things in your pineal gland, in your gifts, to bring about bigger things. It's kind of almost like a jack of all trades in a sense, or you are you're learning different things simultaneously, but you're building up to something massive, something that's going to bring about abundance and new beginnings and positive changes in life. So there's this energy about the masculine collective is overcoming this stuff. It's like, I'm not going to get stuck in this pain and suffering and this disappointment. If I get excited about it, I get excited about it, because that's what is right for me. That is my truth. If people are not receptive to it, tough shit, right? This is the energy, what's working for them. They're tapping into their creative genius. They're taking the initiative. This is action-oriented energy, because they're realizing, I already have what I need to do this. Being resourceful. Magician is also resourceful. I don't really have the money to do this. I don't have the this to do that. It's like when I do my videos, right? I didn't have a desk before, but I got it from my aunt by the grace of God. I don't have a fancy microphone. I don't even have a fancy camera to do it in. But my job is to disseminate the information that comes from the Most High, that comes from the higher realms. That's what the magician does too. Gemini energy, it's all about communication and taking inspired action. Whatever downloads you get, whatever ideas you get, whatever it is that you're supposed to communicate, the magician has no problem doing it. You are the magician. Two feminines, but the masculines are understanding now that they are the magician. They can create the life that they want, and their thoughts have a huge part in it. Their thoughts create the reality. If they're in a negative mind state, they're in a very... all you're thinking about is heartbreak and pain and suffering and just grief. You're sad all the time. Your world will be a lot of that. Okay, so this is also, again, for some of you feminines watching this, if you're in that energy of Three of Swords, your whole world is going to be like Three of Swords. And even when you're dealing with the real world, because we're not living in a perfect world where there's never going to be any challenges or sadness or sorrow, we know how to overcome it. We know how to remain positive and optimistic about life, to be in the light, like I was talking about. There's a lot of light here. A lot of light. The masculines are realizing, oh my God, they've completely healed. They know what is truth now. This is divine truth with these two cards. The truth has set them free. They're now illuminated to what the truth of their path is, their role as a divine masculine Christ, and why they went through the separation. Separation is preparation, right? Liz Harrison talks about that, who does Guided by Angels. But separation is also gestation. It's also inspiration. It's also motivation. It's also pruning, refinement, and growth. Sun is the life force of all things. It helps things on the earth to grow, does it not? Without the sun, we would all be dead. Nothing would grow, nothing would flourish. Without the masculine collective, nothing would grow, nothing would flourish. They're here to illuminate us and to illuminate other of the masculine collective. The energy that the masculines emit here is not going to be in comparison to anyone else that we deal with. Except on the other side of you being the divine feminine Christ here, okay? Which includes the love that you receive from your masculine is not going to compare to love of any other one who is not your divine masculine. They're the ones who emit those rays brighter than anyone else. And they're right here. Right? Where did my energy? Did I put my energy card away? No, it's right here. See? They have the wisdom and knowledge that are only given to certain people on this earthly plane. The wisdom and knowledge, the light and truth of God here. All right. Understanding the truth. They're standing in their integrity. What's also working for them is they're learning how to play hard too, like I said. This is childlike energy. It's Leo. Leo rules the 5th house, which is children is in the 5th house. So they're learning how to play too. And whatever idea that they get from God, they take inspired action. They take the initiative. But every time they do this, they're not worried about being disappointed or other people thinking that their idea is crap or that it's not going to work out or something. They know that if God sparked them with that, that is what they're supposed to do, and that is their truth. Which is what I was saying. It's part of what God wants them to do. There's 3 major arcana here, guys. These are huge shifts and life changes in the masculine collective for those who are aligned. This is also for those of you who just started this journey. This is where your masculine will get to when you are operating like this yourself. But there has been a tremendous amount of healing that has been completed during separation with this masculine collective. Understanding what forgiveness is, the truth in forgiveness. Forgiveness sets them free. That's the truth that they've realized. That living in a hurtful world is not their reality. Their perception of the world made it their reality when they started to realize, I can change my mindset. I can have an abundant, positive mindset and live my own paradise here on earth. That's why God has us go through heartbreak and pain and suffering, because he starts to tell us, you have the ability to heal. God's trying to tell us, I didn't cause you to suffer. God doesn't bring pain and suffering. We do that to ourselves. So if you want to go around life thinking that everyone's like, breaking your heart and you're disappointed by getting rejected or things not working out in your plan and your relationship's not working out, your job, your career not working out, God's like, well, then do something about it. Change your mindset. You can have $2 in the bank and feel like you're the wealthiest person in the world because of your abundant mindset. Because you have an abundance of peace, light, love, tranquility, harmony. You can go through disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, just like I've done. But I've got a job to do here. I have to shine my light. And I can't let all these things get to me because it doesn't seem like it's working out. It's like that Thomas Edison thing. He went through 1,000 different cases where the light bulb didn't, I think it was the 1,000th try that the light bulb went off. So many people give up after what? The 3rd try? The 10th try? the 999th try? God wants us to see how we handle disappointment, grief, sorrow, heartbreak. Man, I got excited about this. Didn't work out. I know this like the back of my hand because I've been through this for about 3 years. And I haven't given up. If I know this is what I'm called to do because of how I feel, because I feel light, I feel God's presence in it, I get excited about it. God starts to reveal to me things. Holy crap, I didn't know I could do that. And those of you who've watched me, there have been jaw-dropping moments several times. There's always magic in this. And I always ask God in the universe every day to show me the magic. And they always do. And when I ask them to have my jaw drop, like I've been doing for a while now, they're confirming to me, well, Jess, you asked for this. Here is your magic. We all have that magic within us, okay? Kind of like that Scorpio energy. We all have that, the ability to create a more loving, happy, harmonious world. But it starts with us. And the masculine collective is starting to realize this now, and it's absolutely beautiful. Like I said, this is an exceptionally beautiful reading for the masculine collective. There is so much light here, guys. I haven't seen this much light in the masculine collective in ever. They're their true authentic selves now. The person God made them to be. They've learned their karmic lessons and they've healed tremendously from them. And a lot of those lessons had to do with heartbreak and disappointment and sorrow. Because there's also been loss here. Losing possessions, losing money, losing jobs, losing family members, losing people, losing pets. Right? The heart doesn't break. It only expands. It's our perception of when something goes wrong that we think our heart is breaking, or that pain sets in, and it's like you feel it here. But that is God kind of pushing you to see the light in this and why this is happening. You cannot have dark without light, and vice versa. He gets us to realize, because there could also be rejection with this, and we got that in the other reading, in my live reading, I think it was. That through that disappointment, there is peace. There is always purpose in the pain. And when you have the ability to analyze that and to understand the truth in it, that's where you will have that illumination. That's where you will get that truth from God. And you start to realize that pain and suffering is not my truth. It's part of my purpose. So that when you progress in life and all these things will continue to happen to you, you'll be like, okay, well, it didn't work out. Ooh, that failed. Oh, that's not what I expected. Oh, that was sad. You know how to get back into your state of happiness. And this is what the masculine collective has learned to do. The thoughts. We can change our mindset in an instant at the flick of a light bulb, the switch, right? On, off. It doesn't take much effort, does it? I can choose when the light needs to be on and when it needs to be off. It's like when I was debating on whether to turn on my lamps for this reading. I turned on the other lamps over there So I wouldn't have that big glare that I had last night when I did the weekly reading. All I had to do is reach over. Do I want the light on? No, not right now. This is better. You have that option. Right? It's the magician knows. The light goes off. Let me do something with it. When God sees you utilizing your creative gifts, your creative genius, even when it doesn't seem like it's working out, He's testing you to see, are you going to push that aside? Are you going to start comparing yourself to what other people are doing similarly to what you're doing? But for some of you who are pure geniuses, God is activating certain things before something hits. And you may have done things that nobody has done before, right? Very innovative. There's like Aquarius moon here. And you may not see it. You may not see the results, okay? But your intuition's telling you that's it. It's gonna work at some point. It's exactly what Thomas Edison went through. And if for whatever reason, Thomas Edison keeps coming in my readings. So thank you, Thomas. Because he's trying to get me to prove a point to some of you. And a lot of these masculines, some of them have gotten it. The collective I'm channeling for, they got it. The light bulb has gone off. And it's like, it's not working. But their intuition's like, it's gonna work, Thomas. It's gonna work. I can feel it. The energy. I can feel it. It's the same thing with Ben Franklin. And so many other people. Tesla, too, right? I feel it coming. I know this is gonna work if I just keep at it. And you're gonna come up with all these different ways. And then again, becoming a jack of all trades. And you're gonna have all this experience to teach others. And look what the light bulb led to. Look what happened with what Tesla led to. It has to start somewhere. Right? Like the story with Ben Franklin. What was it? The key with the kite? Lightning bolt. Pfft, that was a God. Timely thing. Electricity. And then Thomas Edison's creating a new way of emitting light for humans to use light as opposed to using these things all the time. Innovation. But even though they didn't see it, they felt it. They were trusting their inner knowing. It's like this disappointment, this sadness, this whatever this is, it's gonna end. Because this is always temporary. We perpetuate this. The pain and the suffering, we bring that upon ourselves. Nobody else is responsible for our pain and suffering but ourselves. And some of the masculines thought that it was God's fault, that the world goes through pain and suffering, and it's not. It's us. And that is the light bulb that has gone off in this masculine collective, and maybe some for you feminines. We're the ones who create this, not God. And we have the ability, like Michael Jackson says, to heal the world. Now he's coming in my reading. He's one of my guides, actually. We have the ability to eradicate this. We can all come together with those creative ideas to work together to put everything on the table. It's like when Christ brought all the 12 disciples to the table. What gifts are you going to bring to the table, and how we're going to work as a team, as a collective, to help heal? the world. And it starts when we heal ourselves, we heal others. And we allow them to tap into their creative genius too. And we all work together as a collective unit to change the world, to change the reality. That all this world is pain and suffering when it really isn't. That's an illusion. We all know, we should know by now, that separation is an illusion. God did not say, thou shalt be in pain and suffering, did he? No. So these masculines are starting to realize, you know what? I can't stop avoiding this truth anymore. I got to stop putting my head in the sand. And stop mistrusting my intuition. But this, while it does exist, it's not my reality. And I'm getting strongly that they're realizing I can end this separation. I have the ability to do this because they know the ball's in their court. And there's a strong energy of astrology because this particular card has it's Jupiter and Saturn here. So Jupiter and Saturn are having a huge influence in this. Saturn is in Pisces and Jupiter is in Taurus right now. And Saturn is retrograde, if I'm not mistaken. So what's interesting is this card shows that Jupiter is touching Gemini. So somebody might have Jupiter in Gemini or third house or something. Saturn looks like it's touching Aquarius. Saturn rules Aquarius, right? It's touching Aquarius and Pisces. Wow. Saturn is in Pisces right now. And Jupiter is very close to Taurus. And Jupiter's in Taurus right now. So there's some influence of Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn is the lord of karma. Again, all of these astrological transits have already hit stuff in the masculine feminine's charts to activate this. Someone's learned their karmic justice. They've paid their karmic debt. They've learned their lessons. And they've healed tremendously from it. They're starting to realize that the magic always resided within them. And that's what came from God. But a lot of them are no longer avoiding the truth of the situation. That forgiveness is possible. And that there's healing. There's always healing from heartbreak. There's always healing from pain and suffering. That forgiveness heals. Always. Always, always, always. And that's what brings the ultimate happiness. Bliss. Forgiveness leads to you having everything under the sun. The sun is the happiest card in the deck. You can argue it is the best card in the deck. A lot of these masculines are throwing these swords away, is what I'm hearing. Their throat chakra has been blocked for too long because part of it has to do with the fear of not being forgiven. There's also with fear or thinking that God wasn't going to forgive them. But God always does. Doing my clenching of my fist again. That's not me. So this Two of Swords is going away. Because again, the sun is here. The sun supersedes everything. This is quite the read, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Because they're no longer stuck in their head. They're no longer overthinking, second guessing, avoiding the truth of the situation. They don't want to be silent anymore. They know that that throat chakra block was on them. And there's a moon here, okay? So this could very well be that because even though the Cancer is not here, I'm getting the moon, new moon in Cancer is having them realize this. Being in tune with their emotions, nurturing their own heart with that Three of Swords here. They're breaking through the veil. They've already some of them have already broken through the veil. So with this Magician card, this masculine collective has realized with all the aces, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, and Ace of Pentacles, all the gifts from God that have been given to them that they were here to utilize. Ace of Wands, that they have the ability to tap into their creative energy and do something that inspires them, to do something that lights them up, and to utilize that gift and do something with it, do something with the wand. The Ace of Cups, that fulfillment is everything. That when they tap into their creativity, it brings complete joy and fulfillment and bliss, which leads to that sun energy and also healing. Because anything of creative nature, tapping into that feminine energy, it always rejuvenates us, it heals us. It helps us to overcome all of this low vibrational energy of that Three of Swords. Ace of Swords. Insight and awareness. The truth in things. I have this wand, I have this Ace of Cups, I can do something with this. I can create my own happiness. It's a breakthrough. It's not giving up. It's overcoming these misunderstandings and misinformation as to what happiness really is and how we're going to bring that about, how we're going to bring that about in our lives. That magic doesn't exist. That magic is always innate within us. Ace of Pentacles. Doing something new. Becoming that new person to start realizing the truth and reality as to what happiness is and what their life should be like compared to, as opposed to what society tells us life should be like. Being connected to Mother Earth, which ties us into being connected to God. Literally being out more in the sun. Getting fresh air. Grounding themselves, utilizing the gifts that God has already given us. Light, truth, love. Prosperity. Ace of Wands, light. Ace of Cups, love. Happiness also. Ace of Swords, truth. Ace of Pentacles, prosperity, abundance. Abundance is our birthright. But we have to get into the vibrational alignment of that abundance. And with that Magician card, this is what this masculine collective is starting to realize. We already have what we need, everyone, to create the life that you want. And even if we may not see it in the physical, we know that at some point when we hit that 1000th test, we will have that breakthrough and it will work. We will see the fruits of our labor. We will see the abundance that is our birthright, even after overcoming all of this. We will start to see sunnier days, even in the midst of storms and rain and loss and pain and suffering. The more we start to see this in the world, the better the world will get. It's taking the blindfold off. God does not create pain and suffering. We do. We perpetuate it by staying in that energy. And this masculine collective is realizing, I have all the aces. I've always had all the aces. We always are born with all the aces. But it's up to us to take the initiative to do what God has asked us to do with those things. So, because of that, there is some major truth being communicated by the masculine collective for some. They've healed their blocked throat chakra because of all the pain and suffering they've endured with a lot of things in their lives. And this is not just with the separation with you, feminines. There's way more to this than being separated from you. It is part of it, but they went through heartbreak and loss and grief and all that stuff well before they met you. Your connection with them just exacerbated it to get them to hit rock bottom, to have that awakening. The pain has to become so great in order for us to change. It's being at the precipice, like we're being backed up against a wall or being right at the edge of a cliff. Panic mode sets in. And until that time, we don't wake up. We don't change. You've got to go through that darkness to see the light fully and understand what that light is. So these masculines are getting ready to communicate their truth. And that high energy, this is high energy right here of the sun. The sun is super bright in that universal sky. Things are aligning for the masculine collective here. They're getting ready to take inspired action to come as their true authentic selves. And to have this beautiful relationship with the feminine and communicate that to them. But also communicate some of the other things that held them back. To explain about the pain and the sorrow and the grief and the loss that they've experienced and what it's taught them. And what this separation from you, the loss of you, has taught them. It's the same feminines, how the separation and the loss of your person, what it teaches you. There are huge karmic life lessons to be learned with everything. I went to pick up the deck and one card didn't want to go with the rest, 5 of Cups. There's a silver lining to everything. Hope deferred, as they call it. Forgiveness, he's on his knees. He's praying to God, humbling himself. God, forgive me. I didn't see it then, but I see it now. That I still have, after everything I've lost, all the grief and sorrow, shame and guilt, I still have 2 cups behind me. There's still life, there's still hope. But I have to see that for myself first if I want to actually see it in the physical, if I want to experience it. The masculine collective has been doing a lot of praying, a lot of connecting to Mother Gaia. He's outside, touching the ground. Ace of Pentacles. I have the ability, the gift to connect with God through Mother Nature at all times. God has been speaking to them greatly through this process, through this healing process. And the trees behind them, growth, expansion, wisdom, and knowledge. The Akashic records, right? God has been illuminating them. God has been giving them that wisdom, that health, that vitality. The strength, the courage, the truth, if I didn't say that already. They've also been praying to God, God, I pray that this works out. I pray that I haven't lost the feminine for forever. They're praying for that Two of Cups behind them. They're like, all these other cups I don't want. They don't serve me anymore. I want a best friend who's also a lover. I want someone who understands me fully. Someone who gives unconditional love. Someone who's nurturing but challenging at the same time. Because you can look at the Justice card as a challenge. Life lessons are challenging. It's a harmonious, balanced relationship when there's equal give and take, but there's also when you're challenging each other, but coming from a loving place. With the birds in the sky here, that is talking about praying with regards to communication, because some of them are getting ready to do this. The energy is getting momentum for this, and they're going to come in with a very creative way to come forward and speaking with the feminine. They're not going to come to the feminines communicating the way that they did before, because they're completely different people. Again, the sun is here. They are renewed. They are fully healed. They are now operating from their divine inner child. The inner child has fully healed. No more distortion. They've been doing a lot of praying, asking for forgiveness for their past mistakes. And this doesn't mean that masculines were the only ones who made the mistakes, feminines, because feminines, you've made them too. I said this in my weekly reading. There's no one here who's a saint. There's no one here who's perfect. Not even me. Okay? Do I have to say this? Archangel Michael's coming in for somebody here to get off your high horse. If you're thinking that you have no fault in this, that you have not caused any pain or suffering, that you have not made an error. It's being a little bit arrogant. If you feel you've had no fault in this, that you haven't made a mistake, especially in this connection with your counterpart. I've made plenty of them. I will own up to that. I wasn't completely honest with my person either. Because if you weren't honest from the get-go, how do you expect your person to be honest with you? So the sense of this Five of Cups energy here, they've been praying a lot to God. Really connecting with God out in nature. Asking for strength, asking Him to help them grow, to see the truth, to better understand things. But they're also praying that when they communicate with the feminine, that it's going to work out this time. And it will. Because they feel it. And the feminines feel it too. This time around, the communication is going to be very different. It's not going to be the same. And they've been just asking God, humbling themselves and saying, God, if you bring this feminine back into my life, I do your will. Oh boy, I'm going to cry any second. I will give her everything under the sun. I will be loyal. I will be honest. I'll be truthful. I will come from a place of the heart. That's Leo energy. Leo is the most loyal zodiac sign there is. I will come from a place of Christ consciousness. I will provide for the feminine. I will protect the feminine. Leos are also protectors too. Like a lion, right? Protecting their young. I will be devoted to the feminine. But God, just please give me the second chance. I've learned my lessons. I've grown a lot. I see the error in my ways. The feminine has seen the error of her ways. They've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations, and this masculine is saying to themselves, he's praying for that second chance. Even though it has already been granted to them. But God is like, I need you to be prepared for this. And for the feminine to be prepared for this too. So those feminines who are in alignment, get prepared, because your masculine is about to come forward here. asking for forgiveness.
Can we move on from the past?
I know I made mistakes. I know we both weren't ready. We both were not there. We both didn't understand things. But I want to move forward. I want to let bygones be bygones. I'm accepting what I have done. And I want to move forward with a new beginning, with a new life, with that sun energy. There's also an interesting energy about somebody with the sun energy moving to a sunnier place, or going to a sunnier place, or going on vacation and having a really heart-to-heart talk with God, and God revealed a lot of things, illuminated a lot of truths to them on that vacation, or whatever this is. This could also be just about being out in nature.
Wow.
This is what this connection's all about. Forgiveness.
And seeing the truth and what
This whole thing is for.
to illuminate
Your well-being, which is what I have been guided to do. And that's what I am doing now. I'm illuminating the truth. I'm trying to get that light bulb to go off in your heads. But this masculine here is like, I'm going to come in with this Leo energy, with this magician energy. I'm going to make this happen. And I'm going to remain as optimistic and positive as possible. When I come forward with the truth, so I can have this new beginning. So I can have this new relationship where there's warmth. There is a sense of peace. There is loyalty. There's devotion. There is trust.
and understanding in it. What is not working?
For the masculines for the month of July, or maybe it wasn't working for them. What may not be working for them? I heard stop. Like, I'm on the verge of tears, but they're like tears of joy with that sun card here that I put in the front. Yeah. Because of all that energy.
Energy rush.
Heightened sense of light. High vibrational energy here. So for somebody, remember, those of you who are watching this, your masculine still may have some things to work on. But because there are some ridiculously high vibrational feminines who are watching this, and masculines now, that energy is coming in the strongest, which is why this is the message that's being disseminated. But for those of you who are not in that vibration at this time, remember, because if you're still suffering, and you're still in pain, and you're still angry, and you're still this, and you're calling out things on the masculine and stuff like that, no, you're not there yet. This is to give you encouragement, illuminate your well-being, illuminate yourself.
That this is achievable.
The Sun card is also a union card. It's a reconnecting of the counterparts, because both of them are now fully healed. The Sun card indicates, it's not just the happiest card in the deck, it indicates that both the masculine and the feminine have done their work. They've paid off their karmic debt. They've learned their lessons. They've humbled themselves and repented to God. And because of that, they are now fully healed. I mean completely. Which is why permanent union is about to happen for these two people. They've both seen the error of their ways. They're no longer holding each other accountable for anything, nor are they blaming anyone for anything. Because as I said, You cannot blame anyone for your pain and suffering. No one. That is a sign of victimization. You are a child of God. You're not a victim. Victims are, if you want to really put it out there, are children of the devil. Because you feel like you got to have an excuse or feel entitled, or you think that someone's got to do right by you and you don't have to do right by them. And you don't have to do any right at all. It goes both ways.
So quite honestly,
some of you feminines, if you're watching, like you base it off of the title or whatever, because the masculine collective here that I'm channeling for, they're ready to go. They're ready for permanent union.
just because
You come across a reading doesn't mean it's for you. You gotta take it back to God. You will know based off of your vibration if this is for you. And you gotta be honest with yourself here.
if you watch my weekly,
I talked about Enoch and Elijah. If you don't know anything about that story, look it up. It's a beautiful forgiveness story. Same thing with the prodigal son.
if God gives us grace,
Grace, mercy, and offers us forgiveness, because I know I've done some stupid shit. He's giving me stuff that I don't freaking deserve at all. But if he can still bless me
with things that are unimaginable,
imaginable, he's expecting all of us to give that same grace, mercy, and forgiveness to our masculines, to other people.
because if not,
You are not a true divine feminine, Christ. Because forgiveness and all those other things, grace, mercy, unconditional love, they are divine characteristics. A divine sacred union cannot occur without those things being part of your everyday life. You are embodying it and integrating it into your being.
the same goes for
For
the
the masculines.
Don't expect to have
Have everything under the sun if you can't incorporate those things into your everyday life. Any blame that is being casted upon anyone here
needs to end. Because what did I say about pain?
pain and suffering. We cause it.
Because we have the choice to
Perpetuate it, stay in it, or not. It's always a choice. You either choose to be positive or negative. You either choose to wallow in your sorrows, which is 5 of Cups, or you don't. There's a purpose to everything. There's a purpose in the pain. There's always a silver lining to every disappointment. So let's see what the Archangels have for us. Let's see what they have for the masculine collective. I was shuffling. I didn't put the deck face down. They said, Jess, look at the bottom of the deck. It's 3 of Wands. The feminines no longer have to wait, and the masculines are no longer waiting for the perfect wave. Because God's been telling them it's go time, all systems go. There's no perfect time for humans. It's perfect time for God. This is divine timing. This is also a leveling up. Big developments are happening because now the ships are about to come in.
your hard work.
Is paying off. The masculines have been making long-term plans. Your person has been at a distance. There's something about making plans to come see you, to travel, to move, like I was talking about.
There's been a big
Leveling up here for the masculine collective. Also for the feminine. Patience is a virtue. God is rewarding the feminine who's had exceptional patience in this journey. And for some of you, it has been years. You didn't wallow in those sorrows and be all like mopey and sad and depressed and in pain and, oh my God, I can't deal with this suffering. If you're still suffering, you're not a divine feminine Christ, period. When the suffering is gone, when the pain is gone, and you're just happy, like skipping around, dancing around like a little kid, feeling like a little kid, like Elton John, right? I'm still standing. You're still standing through all of this, and you know that this happens in divine timing, that this is for you. You are in a blissful state. You do what lights you up in the morning. You get excited every day. Even though when you're trying to do something, it doesn't work out, you still go at it the next day. Knowing that at some point with that Thomas Edison energy, the 1,000th test, the 1,000th time, it's going to work. It will happen. It's a long journey. It's a long process. But you've got to hold the vision and trust the process throughout the whole thing. I haven't pulled the card out yet, but the bottom is count your blessings. Thank you, universe and angels, for the blessings in my life. And yes, your masculine is a huge blessing to you. And the feminine is a huge blessing to the masculine. So what is the guidance for the masculine collective? Holy Spirit. This keeps coming up. And I'm going to say it. Because a true divine feminine understands the act of forgiveness. Even when a masculine has been away for a while, out at sea, she's still loyal to him. She's not dating. She's not complaining. She's not in pain. She's not grieving. She's doing her thing. Because she's still being the beacon of light, faith, and hope for the masculine, for him to come home. Because you can look at this Three of Wands as the masculine's coming home. I'm hearing I'm coming home. I'm now ready for our permanent union. Just hold on, I'm coming home. It's a song by Drake. Listen to it. There are some masculines watching this. They're overcome with emotion. Because of how forgiving God has been and how forgiving their feminine has been. Any feminine who has not been forgiving is not a divine feminine. You can take it to God if you want. You cannot believe me if you want. I don't give a shit. Because I know what I'm talking about. Forgiveness is a divine quality of both the divine masculine and divine feminine. The Archangels always back me up with what I am saying. I can do this 1,000,000 times over, but the message will still be clear as day. Because I don't fuck around here. And neither do they. Forgiveness is everything in these connections. This is what this connection really tells us, teaches us, that what we need to do in order to have everything under the sun. You cannot have everything without this playing out every day in your lives. Period. If you continue to live your life for the next 10 years or something and nothing's really working out for you, you're not finding the true life and union's not happening, like God knows how long, probably it's because of forgiveness. Now again, there's divine timing with this. Because there's also patience. The masculine collective is overcome with emotion. Because the feminine has been so patient for them to learn this themselves. And for God to work with them and ensuring that the masculine collective has been forgiven. And that the feminines have been forgiven too. They're always backing me up.
Always.
Thank you, Jeremiah, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. This is true Christ consciousness here.
Okay.
Archangel Jeremiah has come out in my readings more than once. And he's here again. I don't know if that came out the bottom of the deck for the feminine reading. I forgot to check the bottom of the deck, but I know the feminine's got new beginnings. The miracles of forgiveness, guys. It changes everything. If we could just learn to understand this, the world would be a better place. This is also telling the masculine collective. Miracles are about to happen for you. You've been praying for a miracle. That you will actually be forgiven by the feminine. Because you're already starting to understand that God has already forgiven you, and God has given you the go-ahead to communicate with the feminine. But you know deep down inside, masculines, that they've already forgiven you. And when you come back to them, it isn't going to be any different. They're going to welcome you with open arms. I said this already in my readings.
In my weekly reading.
It's showing up again. Because the feminine understands what forgiveness does for people. It heals them. It helps them to set them free, but it helps them first. Frees them of their karma. Forgiveness helps you to move on and frees you of your karma and clears you of your past mistakes. Masculines have been praying for this miracle right here. And they're going to get it from those feminines who are aligned with this. Bottom of the deck, the miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. I was talking about getting fresh air and connecting with nature. See, God speaks to us more profoundly when we are in nature. I said this. This is why Jesus had to go out in nature alone. He didn't go into a synagogue. He didn't go into a temple. He went out into nature. Because nature is the only thing that has not been created by man. Touched by man. Built by man. What did I say about that Five of Cups? Connecting out in nature. God has been hearing their prayers. They've been grounding themselves to not get into a crazy mental state with that Two of Swords. Doubting their intuition, second guessing it, avoiding the truth when they know what the truth is, because God continues to illuminate that for them. Look at all this light here. All this light here. Golden aura. The light bulb going off, even though it's more like a torch. But you could look at it as like an angelic light bulb, is what I'm being told. I'm not gonna lie. I've been giving these messages for years.
It's one of the reasons why I
Stopped with zodiac signs, because nobody was really understanding it. Not nobody, some people weren't really getting it.
Remember that sun card?
Astrology. Some of you are way overly focused on your zodiac signs. Yes, those things are important, but God's going to give you the message you need to hear anyway.
Whether it's a zodiac
sign reading or not. In every challenging area of your life right now, there's an opportunity to forgive. Forgiveness is a deconditioning of the mind. It is the process that takes place when we let go of fear and choose to love instead. It is a miraculous procedure that breaks down the barricades that shut off our heart and soul from the most divine and abundant of experiences. Your guardian angels are encouraging you to choose forgiveness today, as you deserve to experience only love in your life on your spiritual journey. And I have another journey shirt on, and I forgot that I wore my other journey shirt in the feminine reading. It's a journey of forgiveness, guys.
These counterpart connections,
yes, there's self-empowerment, there's your purpose, dharma, there is loving yourself, but the true purpose of these counterpart connections is the journey of forgiveness.
Period. The angels know you can
You can give yourself a hard time over past choices. They are shining their light of healing and support on you and encouraging you to forgive yourself and let go of any thoughts of regret or pain. Unforgiving or resentful thoughts, whether towards yourself or anyone else, just become a weight, a drain on your body and mind. Your angels are here to set you free from your past and remind you it doesn't exist.
It is the present moment
that is real. You are here now. Trust this and allow yourself to move forwards. You are forgiven. Never forget it.
I already said this. Some of you keep
thinking that this is like a fluke. I can't make this up even if I wanted to. That would be forcing the situation.
I'm that connected
to the angelic realm. They're always going to back me up with whatever it is I'm channeling. Jeremiel's name means mercy of God. What did I say about mercy? It's like that song by Shawn Mendes. Maybe the Maskins have been listening to that song. Jeremiel's name means mercy of God, and he is the angel who allows us to look back over life and gain clarity on where we are today. He is a miracle worker, and he helps us bring the flame of forgiveness into our hearts so we can move forwards in a more fearless and powerful way. You can invoke his presence by visualizing his bright yellow, orange, and gold aura surrounding you. How beautiful is this? Because the masculine collective is emitting an orange aura.
I love it.
And I said something about a golden aura, right? Some of you feminines are emitting a golden aura at this time.
I do
aura readings. If you're interested, if you go to capellawellness.com and click on the healing and aura cleansing section of my Capella service suite, you will find the aura readings there. There are 2 different kinds. I think that would benefit quite a few of you. The miracle of nature. The angels are encouraging you to take yourself outside and connect with the miracle of nature. A miracle is a shift of perception, and the angels can see there are many thoughts in your head that are making you feel confused and even unsure as to what you're supposed to be doing. Take some time to go outside and connect with Mother Nature. Breathe fresh air into your lungs and disconnect from whatever's happening in your home, relationships, or work. As you walk and connect with nature, you will open yourself up to divine guidance from heaven and earth. You may feel locked in or may have been spending far too much time indoors. Whatever the weather, there is something powerful and enlightening about going outside and connecting with the sound and songs of nature. Go outdoors and walk, speak to your angels, and enjoy the beauty of the plants, countryside, or park that you connect with. As you walk and breathe, know that there are angels all around you helping you enjoy the simple things in life and encouraging you to disconnect from trivial dramas that aren't serving your purpose. This Leo energy, we're coming up into Leo season, and Venus going retrograde in Leo could cause a lot of dramas to surface if you're not already experiencing those. Stop with the drama. You can be above that. Okay? There's forgiveness involved in this too. And again, this is not just forgiveness for your masculines, your counterparts. I've said this before. Other masculines, fathers, brothers, exes, you name it. You can't just be offering forgiveness for one person and not for the other one. You're still not true divine anything if you do that. Can't pick and choose. It's all or nothing when it comes to forgiveness. Because that means you're operating as your true higher self. Okay? Thank you, Archangel Jeremiel, for your support and all the other archangels here. Some of you need to start working with that archangel if you're still having issues with forgiveness. Holy Spirit, archangels, galactic families, Pleiadians, Sirians, please reveal to us. What guidance, what other guidance do we have for the masculine collective? Holy Spirit, archangels, Jesus, Mary, Magdalene, Mother Mary, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and clarity. I just heard something from the archangels. If you do readings for yourself or you're watching other readers, they're telling you to be very, very careful with what you are listening to, because there are some readers out there who are not promoting the process or the act of forgiveness, especially with these masculines, divine masculines, coming back into the feminine's lives. I would take heed in, especially if you do this for yourself, with what spirits you are calling in. Which is why I started to switch from spirit to Holy Spirit. And I call upon the archangels. And I call upon Jesus, Mary, Magdalene, and Mother Mary into these readings, because I want the highest of the high in these readings. Which is why I come from a place of Christ consciousness as an incarnation of Mary Magdalene. Which is why the archangels are always backing me up, and I'm always promoting a place of forgiveness, unconditional love, and understanding and compassion. Okay. God did not give you a divine counterpart for them to come back and you be like, oh, you're coming back now, and now you want this, and blah, 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 blah. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. God does not waste anybody's time. So be careful with whatever other information you were getting, who else you were watching. And be careful with who they are calling upon, if they are even calling upon anything at all. Because dark energies, there are dark angels, by the way, dark spirits that can come in and distort whoever is channeling. What guidance do we have for the masculine collective? Oh. Stop stressing and be understanding. Feminines, be understanding of your masculines, and masculines, be understanding of your feminines too. Masculine, this is a big thing for you. Stop stressing out. Archangel Jeremiel is here to help you.
Because you've been like waiting
For a sign. Maybe you're getting, what's it called? A birds before land? Getting signs and things that it's now time to come forward, or getting other signs or synchronicities about forgiveness.
Remain optimistic.
Remain positive. Keep going outside. Keep connecting with nature. Keep doing things creative wise, things that boost your energy.
Before it's time to come forward.
As I said, they've been praying to God for a miracle. God, I pray for the second chance.
They're really
Humbling themselves. But that's not to say, oh, they should, blah, 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 blah. No. Absolutely not.
The archangels are here
For you, masculine, so there's no need to stress out.
You know who
Your feminines are. If you've done your healing, you've done your work, and you know who you are, and you've been telepathically communicating with the feminines or getting all of these song messages or whatever this is.
Trust in your
Intuition. Don't overthink this. There's also a stressing of the mind with the Two of Swords.
Stress is a demonic
Energy. It'll affect your health. It'll affect your mental state. Have faith in this.
The bottom of the deck
is chakra healing is needed.
Thank you for the connection. Thank you for the
Confirmation, Holy Spirit.
This is also going to
Be highly beneficial with the aura cleansing, which is why my guides have asked me to start doing aura cleansings. Because while you're doing chakra healing, there's now the process of you clearing the aura,
which ties in
to the chakra. When you know what chakras are blocked, and we work through that healing process, then we will begin the aura cleansing process. Okay? So chakra and aura healing are needed. Now, for those of you masculines, you've been working through this.
You may have already done
your chakra healing or your aura cleansing.
Okay.
And again, I do offer those. All right. Ask yourself, is this for your highest good? Is lack of forgiveness for your highest good? Is anger, bitterness, resentment for your highest good? I think not. Do something creative. Is stress for your highest good? Is worry for your highest good? Is freaking out, losing sleep over this? It's not masculines. Do something creative again.
top of the deck.
Is connect with nature. This is my deck, by the way, everybody. Star into Your Power by me. I designed this myself. This is not a template. And these cards, not only are they designed by me, but they're also printed in the United States. They're ready to go. All systems go. You order this week, it'll get shipped out the next day, God willing, that I'm able to get to the post office and all that good stuff. There are like 97 cards in this deck. This is a very, very powerful deck, and it has a very high vibrational energy to this. And it's funny because I'm just being told, somebody sent me a message just a little bit ago how they got their deck. This will change a lot for you.
The highest frequencies
are in this deck. And before it gets shipped out, I say a very special prayer in this thing. And I put Palo Santo on it too. And you get a little bit of a surprise in your package when I send this to you. That's going to be very significant for your journey. And it will probably drop your jaw when you see what it is. Okay? Description box has a link to purchase this deck. Connect with nature. You can't make it up.
Look what's after.
Connect with a miracle in nature. Trust your vibes. Thank you, angels. Today I choose to trust my intuition, your guidance. Your intuition's on point. Trust your intuition. No matter what it looks like in the physical, no matter what you're hearing, seeing, if it's out of alignment with what your gut is, it's not for you. After connect with nature, your manifestation is super close. For some of you, it is. For others of you, there's more work that needs to be done. Let's see. I think dinner is ready, which is why my mom's calling me. And my grandparents are here, so. But I need to do my work. Let's see what self-care tip will best benefit the masculines. And remember, this could be for your inner masculine too, feminines. I'm singing that Fotografia song by Juanes and Nelly Furtado. That popped up on the radio outside yesterday. I was eating my breakfast and I hadn't heard that song in a long time, and I was singing that song a lot the past couple of days. You may want to look that song up. If I want to say it in gringo terms, it's photography. Fotografia, Fotografia by Juanes. Juanes. You'll find it. What is the self-care tip for the masculines for the month of July? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadian, Syrian, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. So, me being overcome by emotion, I'm seeing a masculine who has been doing a lot of praying. And while he prays, he cries too. Because he really wants things to work out with the feminine. He loves her that much. And he's been like really saddened, like gone into depression even, like a lot of hurt because of what happened. Right? But this is to help him awaken, to help him to heal too. It helps the feminines learn their lessons. But there's a masculine here who does go out, pray out a lot in nature, maybe on a boat, maybe hiking or something. Anywhere. And he cries when he prays.
I'm hearing like,
please bring her back to me type of thing. Like, I'll do anything. God, I promise I'll do this. God, I promise I'll love her, take care of her, all this stuff. I'll give her everything under the sun, all these things. I'll promise to be loyal, truthful, honest, right? If you just
please send her back to me, or please.
I pray that she forgives me.
And we can move forward
with our lives. Time promotes forgiveness and offers release. You can't make this up.
I'm so grateful
to my team up there. I said they always back me up.
Release that pain.
and suffering. Let it go. It doesn't serve you anymore.
The past is in the past.
Let go of it. Be in the present moment. Get excited about what's to come.
So you can put more time in your
Food in your cooking. Get thyme essential oil, put in your diffuser. Get a pill that has thyme in it, or a lotion that has thyme. I'm also hearing thyme by Hootie and the Blowfish. Time while you punish me. Divine timing happens for a reason, to get everyone prepared.
fully. So the self-care tip.
Eating some thyme.
Putting it into a diffuser.
Diffuser, essential oil, all that stuff that I mentioned.
Bottom of the deck is
Is jasmine.
they had me put jasmine.
Jasmine essential oil in my diffuser. Attracts desire and spiritual love.
Jasmine also
Helps open up the third eye and the crown chakras, by the way.
forgiveness is a state of
Christ consciousness, right? State of like high vibrational energy that opens up those chakras too. Wow. Masculines, again, if you are concerned about not being forgiven in the physical when you come forward with communication with the feminine, if you're still doubting this at this time, this is again the second card that has forgiveness on it. You remember, you are forgiven by God. He's told you this already. Your feminine's told you this already. You gotta really believe that for yourself. This is why they're trying to prove to you in the physical that forgiveness is yours, that the miracle of forgiveness does exist, that you have been forgiven. Stop stressing.
God's not gonna
Punish you and throw you to the wolves and make your life a complete living hell because of what's happened. The same thing for the feminines. He gives grace and mercy. Jeremiah is the mercy of God.
thyme essential oils.
One of the most potent antioxidant essential oils, making it valuable for almost any condition, since it can destroy harmful free radicals that cause premature aging and disease. Thanks to thyme oil, a potent antiseptic compound found in the plant's leaves, thyme essential oil has a wide range of therapeutic uses for conditions linked with bacteria, fungi, parasites, and viruses. It is one of the best remedies for coughs, sore throats, bronchitis, respiratory infections, and whooping cough. As I clear my throat. A growing body of research, I know somebody smokes around here. A growing body of research shows that thyme may also have anti-cancer benefits. Research found in the journal BMC Research Notes found that thyme, in combination with oregano, was effective at inhibiting human leukemia cells, suggesting that the herb may hold potential in the natural treatment of cancer. Thyme essential oil is believed to help release anger, bitterness, and rage, and to promote feelings of forgiveness and love. This makes it an excellent oil choice for those who can't let go of feelings that are holding them back.
Jasmine.
It's helpful for stress and exhaustion, dry skin, and a wide variety of skin conditions or irritations. For women, jasmine can increase fertility as well as ease the stress of labor, deliveries, and difficult childbirth.
Thank you, Holy Spirit, and the Archangels.
And God, and Jesus, and Mary Magdalene, and Mother Mary.
Similar to Cupid, the
Hindu god of love, Kama, is believed to have arrows tipped with jasmine blossoms to pierce a person's heart with desire. Jasmine is often used as an aphrodisiac or to address impotency. Additionally, it may help address feelings of sexual inadequacy or being undesirable. Jasmine is believed to help you confront fear and feelings of vulnerability, anxiety, and depression, reawaken passions and creativity, and enhance intuition. Jasmine may help lessen depression that stems from feelings of repression or constraint and help people live harmoniously with their soul's desires. It is believed to increase gifts of prophecy and the ability to predict the future.
Thank you for this.
Oh man, the romantic feelings card flew off. I'm not going to go get it. They said stay here. I'm now going to do an extra here. If you're still here, you are a true divine feminine Christ, or you're on the way to being fully one as you work through your journey. So we're going to pull a card to see how the masculines are feeling about the feminines. Oh yeah, they wanted to give a message too. I'm going to pull out my masculine deck. How are the masculines feeling towards their feminines at this time? Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. There it is, masculines. They're giving you the encouragement. Everything's going to be fine. You are both angels here. Okay.
Again, the archangels
Are supporting this. They're supporting you. They're supporting your union, your permanent union.
This is what I was saying.
But the masculines praying to God for a second chance. Asking God, please. When they ask the feminines too, can we give our relationship another chance? Can we work on this? I want to work on this. There's so much emotion coming from a particular masculine, it's not even funny. And I don't say that to be condescending or anything.
It's a beautiful energy from
This masculine. Very heartfelt. Very innocent.
very divine. So when I talked about
The feminine welcoming the masculine with open arms, this is exactly what a true divine feminine Christ is going to do. Because she knows he's transformed into this angel. He's now divine masculine Christ. And she's going to be so happy to see him when that happens.
and she's just closing her eyes.
She's like, oh my gosh, he's here. And look at how intently he's looking at her. Because it's kind of like she's way more beautiful than she was when I last saw her. He's very fit too. This guy's got muscles.
She's wearing aqua.
She's in the divine flow. She's at peace.
She's not worried about anything.
She's been patient enough.
So the masculines
How
have
they're feeling with the feminines, they want to give this relationship a chance. They want another go at it. And a true divine feminine Christ is going to give them that second chance. Because she knows who he is to her.
She knows that it will work.
For him, she wouldn't be the divine feminine Christ she is now. Just like in my case.
When you get to that state of Christ
Consciousness, God's going to bless you with the love that so many people won't ever experience. And then some. God tremendously blesses both the masculine and the feminine for the work that they've done, the pain and suffering that they've gone through, but not staying in that.
and he brings them back.
Together so that they can live the happiest lives ever. Together. As one unit. The sun card. Which is why the sun is in this reading. The sun is this, the reconnection of the counterparts to live happily ever after.
The ultimate bliss.
Because they found their bliss, they found their happiness, they have healed tremendously to become these divine beings. So the masculine's watching this. This is your other confirmation that yes, you know that your feminine's going to give this relationship another chance, and you should give this relationship another chance too. Don't just shuck it out and think that it's over, it's done with. It's the temporarily closed store for refurbishment. It's not the permanently closed store, right? This door is being reopened. Bottom of the deck. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. What did I say about this person's new? This is not a new love as in your person is Bob and the new guy is Rick. Okay? No. This is, I'm thinking Rick Astley. This is Rick, you meeting Rick as version 1.0 and Rick coming back as version 2.0. And more advanced, divine, masculine. As I said, he's going to come forward and communicate to you and act in a way that you've never seen. He's completely transformed. And what I'm also being told is that the masculine collective, they don't want another person. They don't want some new love. They want this one with the feminine. They want a new experience. They want to work on that love that can now grow and flourish because they're both at a higher frequency. Very soon as after that. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So I'm asking, what do you want? Do you really want to try like another relationship knowing that it's not for you because you've probably done it already? Or do you want the true love? Do you want this person who is your equal, who is there to nurture you, to give you that unconditional love, who's your best friend at the same time, who understands you like nobody else does? It's like there's so many songs that have that lyric, you know me better than I am, than I do. You know me better than myself. So very soon, God's giving the opportunity to give this relationship a chance. Because you deserve love. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. What did I say? There's something about traveling for love here. Planning a trip. Maybe you've already planned the trip, or you're planning to see them, or you already have the plane ticket or something like that. But this is also something about you've already planned a trip and you want to, when you guys go on that trip together, you're going to start working on the relationship. You're going to have a lot of heart-to-heart conversations, which is the card that fell off of my altar here. Top of the deck. You don't have this type of connection with anybody else. So you know you don't want anybody else, masculines. You know this. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And it's something that neither of you have ever felt. Where you feel a sense of bliss. You feel this magnetism. You feel like a lightning bolt going through your body. I experience this every time I've been around my person. I've talked to my person. I can't explain it. It's a feeling that I've never felt from anybody else. But when we are in front of each other, oh, forget it. Time stops. The energy is ridiculously high. It's like, it's lightning. It's otherworldly. So when you have this strong magnetic attraction to someone, that is your person. I mean, it's that potent. and you don't have that with anybody else, you've never had that with anybody else, you could even date somebody after you're masculine, and they still will not give you this. Which means anybody else who does not make you feel this, they're not your counterpart. Because that means the energy that's actually being emitted when you guys are together, it's giving you hints, it's telling you, hey, 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 wake up. This is your person. Because it's coming from a very high frequency, which is the God frequency, okay? The divine frequency. You're not gonna feel this from anyone else. Express your love, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Because you know you can't pull away from your feminines, masculines. It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you.
Toto.
Toto's Africa song.
So why not?
No matter how hard you try, you can't let go. Mariah Carey.
And that's God telling you.
Go ahead, masculines. Go ahead and give this a shot, because you will get that second chance. But if you feel anything off from your feminines, you guys are very intuitive, masculines. Pray. Keep praying. And feminines, for some of you, you're still in this really dirty, low vibrational state. It's time for you to work on things. Because this is a journey of forgiveness.
Journey of unconditional love
and compassion.
Trust.
The situation is calling for you to have faith.
Trust in your gut.
Trust in your instincts. Trust in that magnetic attraction to this person. Trust your vibes. Because they are correct. Vibes don't lie. Energy does not lie. Nor can it be created nor destroyed. You feel it, you feel it. Anything that makes you think otherwise comes from your mental state, which is coming from the enemy.
All right.
They want to say something. All right. It's no wonder why they wanted me to do this reading today.
Oh.
I want to go on a vacation. Like that Three of Wands is just like staring at me. Like, I really want to go to Vegas. I haven't been there in a while, but God's like, just wait, just be patient, Jess. They're telling me that with the patience card of 3 Wands, divine timing, you'll get there. I was like, God, I want to go. Can you make it happen? He's like, I'll make it happen, but it's not going to be in the way you think. That's what I'm being told right now. But yeah, I want to go to Vegas. I want to go somewhere. All right. What do the masculines want to say to their feminines?
Holy Spirit.
Ooh, okay.
I'm coming to you
Out of left field, surprise. This is also my other oracle deck, Unspoken Words. This is another very powerful deck here. It's my first one that I ever created. This is courtesy of my divine masculine, so hats off to him, because he was the one who inspired me to create this deck. He gave me all of these messages and said, just write them down on cards. And then I saw that there were blank cards. So I wrote them on blank cards, and then I heard my masculine say, you should go create a deck. And guess what? The universe sent me videos and other avenues to create this deck.
So I give him
Kudos. A lot of credit for the creation of this deck. And you can also use this for your inner masculine. There are a lot of truths in here. Okay?
So yes.
I'm coming to you out of left field. Surprise. Could be
That 3 of Wands
there, that travel. I talked about inspired action. There's something magical is about to happen with the Magician card. could be around Leo season because the sun is there. Something happened in Gemini season that shifted for the masculine collective. And there's something about, because of all this Leo energy, Mercury is there, Venus is there.
Sister sign Aries.
Well, I would say brother sign because wands are masculine energy, but you know, Aries is North Node now.
I forgot who else is in Leo.
The sun will go into Leo soon.
So,
For some of you feminines, your masculine is coming to you out of left field. There could also be a surprise trip here. I need to tell you the truth. I can't hold it in any longer. There's the truth. The divine, the archangels, everybody up there, they're conspiring to assist the masculine collective with getting over this fear. I'm telling you the truth. They can't hold it back anymore because God has been prompting them to just, hey, spell it out, speak up. It's going to eat at you for the rest of your life if you don't say something. And I get very strongly that it's going to kill the masculines if they find out that, like, the feminines end up with somebody else. They end up with a new love. They can't have that. Which is why God's like, hey, decide very soon.
but again, they don't.
Want these masculines to be all like, see, I don't want anybody stressing out here.
But God is
Supporting you masculines with this.
so expect
Unexpected communication.
expect a phone call.
A text, email, surprise trip, surprise visitor, you name it. I got that in my life with the Eight of Wands, right? It's out of the blue. It's confirming the messages that I channeled in my live stream on Saturday night. Saturday Night Live. I'd love to see that show, but I want to see Jimmy Fallon's show too. There's so many things I want to do anyway.
Look.
What did I say? Expect the unexpected. Expect unexpected communication. Oh my God. I see my world inside your eyes. You see your world inside her eyes. That's a lyric from Journey. This is what my masculine told me to write from that song. I'm going to ask you out on a date soon. Yeah.
I like
Waiting. They're probably also either waiting for this reading to come out or waiting for other sign or something. I just need one more sign. God, please. Here it is, masculines. You have changed me in ways you just can't comprehend. Yeah. Some of the masculines are completely transformed here for the better because you feminines have changed that much. I have something to give you. I hope you like it. I wonder what it could be.
they're coming in with gifts.
Gifts, not just one. There's also, they want to give you an apology. But again, the feminines don't need one. A true, highly vibrational feminine does not need an apology because she's already forgiven the masculine for what has happened. And she's forgiven herself, and the masculine has forgiven the feminine too. Get ready. I'm about to make an appearance.
Well, there you have it. I really hope
People are still here, but my guides are like, Jess, it doesn't matter. You disseminated what we asked you to disseminate.
done what you could. But they're telling me something else about this too. Some people are going to suddenly come back around. And something happens. Because I know a lot of people don't believe me. It's the same with Mary Magdalene. A lot of people didn't believe her, so I feel that from her. Because I've been there. It's been like that all my life. A lot of people didn't believe in me or what I did. A lot. But God believes in me. It's like DJ Khaled, God did. That was a very motivational song for me when it came out, and it helped me a lot. Because all that matters is God. He believes in what I am doing, which helps me to believe in what I'm doing too. That I am doing the right thing, the righteous and just thing, by disseminating this information, by channeling what they have guided me to channel. So masculines, you're in the clear. There's nothing for you to worry about. You can feel this love from your feminines. And you know they're going to give you a chance. They've probably already given you, told you, offered you a second chance. This is your opportunity to take it. Trust your instincts, trust your intuition. Don't stress about this. Be understanding of yourself too. Don't beat yourself up anymore about the past, okay? Don't beat yourself up about how the feminine's been waiting for an answer or waiting for a response. Don't beat yourself up that it's been a long time, because that Three of Wands is a long journey. It's a long time. God was preparing the both of you so that you're fully ready. So for the smaller group of feminines that are still here, be prepared, because union is yours. You have no worry about this at all. You've already forgiven your masculines. And you're just doing what God has asked you to do to move yourself forward. To stay in a high vibrational state, to stay optimistic, and to stay positive about this, and to continue to trust your vibes. And God continues to give you confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. So trust in that too. But this is going to happen out of nowhere, feminine, so get ready. Get ready, feminines. I'm hearing there's going to be a lot more work ahead of you when you come into permanent union with your counterpart. Both of you. The journey is the destination, like Cam White had said in his weekly astrology reading. Shout out to Cam White. If you haven't watched Cam White, check him out. He's a Leo too. I mean, I'm Leo rising, he's Leo sun, but you know. Anyway. Yeah. So that's what I got. If you want to book a personal reading with me, I do coach the other counterparts. I was going to say this before, but then the other channel messages came in. My memberships can very well help with your journey, with your healing. I do the chakra healing and the aura healing and cleansing readings. If you're interested in that, all the links are in the description box. If you'd like to sow a seed into this channel, by all means, all the donation links, my Amazon wish list, whatever it is in the description box as well. Go to capellawellness.com to check out my tarot packages, my memberships. There's different tiers. Some of them have 7-day free trials. Things are going to be shifting for sure. But as I said before, be careful where you're getting your guidance from. Because if it's anything that's deviating from forgiveness or the light, They're sending you in the wrong direction. So I hope this helps you. I really do. And for the feminines, you're getting very, very close, very soon, to reuniting with your person, but for real this time, for good. Because you are in your final separation phase and you know who you are. This is for those of you who've been in the separation for 3 years or more. Your other separation. You've already had several separations before this, but for the feminines whose masculines are coming to you, they're traveling to see you, whatever this is, communicating with you. This is for the feminines who've been in their final separation for 3 or more years. That is what I was told to say. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today and always. I send you so, so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starting out.